Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing you a story that'll make you think twice before wandering into places you shouldn't. We're talking about a prestigious college in Kolkata, a city of culture, intellect, and colonial grandeur. Looks innocent, right? Beautiful architecture, brilliant students, legacy spanning decades. But beneath one of its oldest buildings lies something that was never meant to be disturbed. I'm talking about a hidden basement crypt that holds secrets darker than you can imagine. Before we dive in, quick disclaimer. All names and specific identifying details have been changed for privacy and legal reasons. And here's a challenge for you. Pause the video right now and comment below if you can guess which college this is. Alright, let's get into why this story matters, because sometimes the places we trust the most are schools, our institutions. They're built on foundations we know nothing about. And ignoring the warnings? That can cost you everything. Our story centers on Arjun Chatterjee, a 22-year-old archaeology student who transferred to this Kolkata college in the autumn of 2019. Arjun was passionate, curious, always the first to volunteer for field research. The college itself was magnificent red brick colonial buildings, sprawling courtyards, libraries that smelled of old paper and ambition. His department was housed in the Heritage Block, the oldest structure on campus, built in 1887. Everyone loved it. The professors were supportive, his classmates welcoming, and he quickly formed a close bond with Meera, a brilliant research assistant working on her PhD in medieval Bengal history. There was chemistry there. Late-night library sessions, shared chai, stolen glances. Life was good. Arjun's routine was simple. Morning lectures, afternoon field work cataloging artifacts in the department's collection, evenings with Meera discussing their findings. But there was one place everyone avoided: the basement. The Heritage Block had a basement level that appeared on old architectural plans but had been sealed off decades ago. A rusted iron door at the end of the east corridor, padlocked and marked with faded warning signs. When Arjun asked about it during his first week, Professor Sen's face went pale. "That area is structurally unsafe," he said curtly. "Off limits. All limits." But Arjun noticed something odd. Staff members would make wide detours to avoid even walking past that corridor. The janitor refused to clean past a certain point, and Meera, usually so open, changed the subject whenever he brought it up. The forbidden zone gnawed at his curiosity. Then, 3 weeks into the semester, Meera started acting strange. She'd disappear for hours, missing their planned study sessions. When he'd find her, she seemed distant, distracted, muttering about completing the work below. One evening, Arjun followed her, through the dimly lit corridors, past the administrative offices, straight to that sealed basement door. Except it wasn't sealed anymore. The padlock hung open, and the door was slightly ajar. Meera slipped through. Heart pounding, Arjun followed. Shh. The descent was steep. Stone steps worn smooth by centuries of feet. The air grew cold, thick with the smell of damp earth and something else. Something sweet and rotting. At the bottom, flickering candlelight revealed a sight that froze his blood. It was a crypt. Stone sarcophagi lined the walls, covered in Sanskrit and Bengali inscriptions. And there was Meera, kneeling before one of them, her fingers tracing symbols carved into the lid, whispering words in a language he didn't recognize. "Meera?" his voice echoed. She turned, and her eyes, they weren't right. Dilated, unfocused, reflecting the candlelight like an animal's. "You shouldn't be here, Arjun," she said, her voice layered as if multiple people spoke through her. "They don't like visitors." Behind her, shadows moved. Not cast by the candles, moving independently, forming shapes. Figures in colonial-era academic robes, faces obscured, gliding between the sarcophagi. Arjun stumbled backward, crashing into a stone coffin. The lid shifted. Inside, he glimpsed bones, scraps of rotted cloth, and something that made his stomach turn: a brass nameplate reading Dr. Edmund Blackwood, 1887-1889. The realization hit him. This wasn't just a crypt. It was a burial site for the college's original faculty, hidden beneath the building they'd once taught in. Arjun ran. Up the stairs. Meera's layered voice calling after him. "They want to teach again, Arjun! They need us!" He burst through the door, slammed it shut, and this time he locked it himself. He went straight to campus security. Demanded they check the basement. The security chief looked at him like he was mad. "Son, that basement has been sealed for 40 years. Structurally compromised after the 1978 earthquake." But Arjun insisted. They pulled up the old surveillance footage from the corridor camera. The timestamp showed Arjun walking alone to the door, pushing it open by himself, descending alone. No Meera. In fact, the record showed Meera had left campus 3 hours earlier, signed out at the main gate. Arjun's hands shook as they reviewed the footage from inside the stairwell camera he hadn't noticed. It showed him descending, reacting to nothing, speaking to empty air, stumbling away from stone coffins that the camera revealed were covered in thick, undisturbed dust. No candles. No shadows. No Mira. Just him, alone, terrified of something the camera couldn't see. The college archivist finally told him the truth. In 1889, a fire had killed 7 faculty members in the Heritage Block. They were buried in the basement crypt per their wishes, to remain with the institution they dedicated their lives to. But over the decades, students and staff reported the same pattern: obsession with the basement, missing time, visions of colleagues or loved ones luring them below, and always the feeling of being watched, of invisible hands guiding their research, their thoughts. The crypt wasn't just a burial site, it was a trap. Those scholars never left, and they wanted others to join them in eternal study. Arjun withdrew from the college the next week. He still loves learning, still respects academia, but he learned the hardest lesson of awesome knowledge isn't meant to be unearthed, and some teachers never stop calling their students, even from beyond the grave. Mira, she's fine, completely unaware she was used as bait, but Arjun still sees her face in his dreams, candlelit and whispering, "Come back, they're waiting." So here's what I want from you. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button. Drop a comment telling me, would you have gone into that basement? And what location should I investigate next? An abandoned asylum? A haunted metro station? You decide. And if you're new here, subscribe and hit the bell icon because we're diving into more horror, mystery, and the hidden darkness of real places every single week. Until next time, stay curious, but stay safe. Some doors are locked for a reason,